Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about essay writing for IELTS and PTE. Specifically, we're going to look at the structure of an argumentative essay. Now, this is a very typical essay given in the IELTS or the PTE test, asking the students whether they are for or against an argument. So it's an essay where an argument is presented, and there we have to prove that our argument is a strong and a valid one. So let's look at the structure of the essay. It is made up of three parts, or three main parts: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Now let's begin at the beginning with the introduction. In the introduction, we usually start with some general statements, some background information related to the topic, and we continue our sentences, narrowing down, leading to the end of the introduction where there is a thesis statement, which is usually a complex sentence presenting the main point. Now here we've got the main ideas. The readers understand what we are going to talk about in the body by reading the thesis statement, and we do not usually include any details in the thesis statement. Now to the body. Well, the body has got three main parts. We have our argument, we have a counter argument, and then a refutation. So we will begin with our argument, which is usually one or two paragraphs, although it could be more depending on the number of subjects that we've got. Remember, throughout the essay, as we are changing the subjects or giving more information, adding more subjects or different examples, we need to use suitable transition words and signals. We need to connect the ideas logically. This is called cohesion, and it's extremely important. So the argument, which is typically one or two paragraphs, is followed by a counter argument. Now this is the opposing point of view. So here we are presenting another point of view, other people's point of view, and saying how they might disagree. And then we will refute it, or disprove it, or reject it. Now this is the part which is called refutation. Now the refutation usually happens in the same paragraph as the counter argument, although we could have a separate paragraph for this. And we must remember that in our argument, to be able to present a solid argument which is valid, we need to have good examples, supporting ideas with solid logical examples, perhaps references with numbers, figures, or statistics if we have any. All right, so that would make up the body. Now, how about the conclusion, the final part? What do we have in the conclusion? Well, in the conclusion, we sum up the main ideas. So what we've already said, we paraphrase. We should remember to avoid repeating what we've already said before. We don't want to repeat the same sentences as the introduction. Instead, we will paraphrase some sentences and continue by giving a piece of advice, perhaps a suggestion, or even a prediction, which would make our essay much more interesting. Okay, I think that's it for today, guys. See you next time.